Here's the Black Series TIE Fighter Pilot number 11, 6-inch figure. And I said when the weather was better I'd give a better look at the figure. And you can see it looks really cool. And let's see if we can get a good look at the helmet. Very shiny helmet. Looks really nice. And if you can't afford to buy the giant TIE Fighter with the elite pilot, then this is the better option. There's the back of the figure, really shiny on the armour. Figure looks really cool. This leg's a bit bent. But nice figure. Nice detailing on the chest armour and chest panel. This tube limits the movement of the head, but it looks really cool. It's really nice. Great looking figure. Very shiny, where it needs to be shiny. There's the gun. It comes with a pistol, which you can hold. There's no holster for the pistol, but it looks pretty cool, this figure. And it's got good articulation. Do that in a minute. So this figure has quite good articulation. Head's on a ball joint with that cut piece, but the movement's going to be limited because of this tube there. If you move it too much, the tube could snap, so you've got to be really careful about that. Holds the pistol well. So the hands have the swivel and pivot. Single joint in the elbows. This is the shoulder joint, which isn't too bad. There's a nice emblem on it. The upward movement of the shoulder is not too great. The torso is really nicely articulated. You can really move that quite a lot. So that's nice. Then he's got ball joint here at the hips, cut swivels at the top of the thigh, double jointed knees and rocker joints at the ankle. So he's got good movement there. Nice looking figure with good articulation. Starting to show up in the UK, this one. Go to the Entertainer, you'll find him. Okay, costs £22. It's number 11, Black Series 6-inch TIE Fighter Pilot. Helmet's so shiny you can't really pick out the detail. It looks really good. Nice update of the original. I'm going to compare the First Order TIE Fighter Pilot with the original trilogy TIE Fighter, both Black Series, both 6 inches. And you can see the pros and cons of both figures. I mean, I think I prefer this one, the original TIE Fighter, just because I'm of that generation. Obviously I'm going to prefer the old films to the episode 7, which is just those original films are for my generation, whereas this new film is more for those generations that have been brainwashed by political correctness. But both figures are cool looking, man. This TIE Fighter just looks, this one's got better head sculpt. You can see more detailing on it, whereas this one's helmet's more polished. So there's a lot of detail lost because it's so polished. But you can see the detail in the chest plates, breathing apparatus, uniform sculpting, and detailing in the boots. I think I prefer this one's legs, and the overall body proportion I think is better on this one, because I think this one the legs are a bit thin, whereas this is a bit better. This one has webbing, whereas this one doesn't. They're both really good. He comes with a typical Stormtrooper blaster. which you can see lovely detail there. See the camera will focus. They both have similar articulation, and then you've got the new version updated with a smaller pistol. Carries quite a few pouches on his belt, whereas he only has a holster. Both are nice figures. I'll show the backs in a minute. Here's the back of the two TIE fighter pilots. You can see the similarities and differences. Legs are pretty similar. The first order TIE fighter pilot's uniform is probably slightly greyer and probably tighter fitting, but sculpting on both is excellent. You can see the differences in the armour. He's got armour like a stormtrooper, whereas this one's got more like a pilot. His helmet's more like an X-wing pilot's, whereas his is more like a stormtrooper helmet. They both have lots of interesting details. He has sort of big flight gloves, he has armoured gauntlets, he has armour on the shoulders as well, he doesn't. So it's really interesting to look at how they differ and how they are similar. Both are great figures. So this is your original TIE fighter pilot, and then you've got your first order TIE fighter pilot. Okay. Star Wars TIE Fighter Pilot 05, the Black Series, and you can see the figure there. I'll take it out in a minute. Nice logo there. Nice figure. Star Wars, back of the box. European sticker there, all the warnings. Last look at the two TIE Fighter pilots. Black Series number 11, First Order TIE Fighter pilot, and then the earlier issue Black Series original trilogy TIE Fighter pilot. You can see definitely this TIE Fighter pilot's got better head sculpt because you can see more detail in the sculpt, whereas this one's just so polished. The sculpt is a bit lacking. Still looks cool though. Nice detailing on the chest parts, equipment. This one, his tubes are removable, which is an advantage because then you don't have to worry about this breaking. You can see the detailing on those cloth outfits, and flight suits, boots. Very nice. So that's your two TIE fighter pilots, separated by about 30 odd years, maybe more, of design. Look cool. There's better sculpting on the tubes here as well. You've got the ridges are more defined. Trying to look at the helmet differences. And you get a bigger gun with the TIE fighter pilot. TIE fighter pilot. Good articulation. It's got a movable ball jointed head which can move forward as well. The hoses come out but you can put them back in easily. Ball jointed shoulder, single jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist with the extra joint there. Torso I think moves, let me just check. Maybe not. Hip movement, double jointed knees, swivel and rocker joint at the ankle. So good articulation overall. Looks a great figure. Imperial TIE fighter pilot, Black Series. Nice figure. You can adjust it. It poses quite well. Okay. So that's your TIE Fighter pilot, Black Series 6-inch. Looks good. Has nice, like where the armour is, it's quite polished, and then on the clothing it's a more textured feel to it. Okay, so that's your TIE Fighter pilot. Cheers, bye. Last look at number 11, TIE Fighter pilot. First order. I'm just going to see if I can see the helmet better. It's so shiny it's hard to pick out all the detail. Very much like a stormtrooper, clone trooper. Nice design. Great looking figure. See the pouches. 2 on that side. 2 on that side. Smooth armoured detail on the figure. Shiny. Gauntlets, shoulder pads. Nice looking figure. There's a good look at the helmet. Quite nice. And he has this sort of goggles on top of the helmet. Nice looking figure. First order TIE Fighter pilot. Number 11 Black Series. Very nice figure. Okay. So that's that. Number 11. Definitely recommend this figure. Definitely more than the Resistance Fighter. Nice figure. Lovely detail on the sculpt. Fair paint applications. So definitely would say get this one if you can find him. TIE Fighter pilot. Number 11. Black Series. Cheers. Bye. Okay, I went Christmas shopping today to buy presents for other people, and then I saw this at the Entertainer in Westfield and had to buy it. It's the new First Order TIE Fighter pilot. First time I've seen it in the UK, and so had to buy it. The queue was massive, and I mean it went the length of the whole shop. It was just, you had to wait ages. And you got the original TIE Fighter from the 1970s, 80s, and the new design of the TIE Fighter pilot there, the Black Series. It's a bit, the lighting's really bad, so I'll do a better review after Christmas, but I'm just going to do this quick video now just to show you what I found in the UK. It's the First Order TIE Fighter pilot, and sorry about the bad lighting, but it's the time of year. First Order TIE Fighter pilot, and it's in the European box, and it says First Order. Look at what it says in German, Est Kommando. The skilled pilots of the First Order launch into combat aboard advanced fighter craft, hunting down enemy vessels and protecting space around installations and warships. Brilliant. Number 11, Black Series. The other way of getting the TIE Fighter pilot is getting the big giant TIE Fighter, which is about £170 in the UK, which is way more expensive than what you have to pay in the US. The number 11 there, and there's the figure. Really nice figure. Brilliant. Looks amazing. Nice artwork there. Figure looks really cool. Nice detail there. It's good to see how it's evolved from this one to that one. They're both pretty similar and both pretty different as well. So that's how it was back in the day, and this is how it is now.